Hey, I'm Coach Austin, aka Training Tall, and welcome to the absolute best beginners follow along rowing workout. In this routine, we're gonna be going through a warm-up, a 20-minute workout together, and a cool down. And I'm gonna be coaching you every step of the way from startup until the end. So if you're new to the rower, welcome. Let's get started by first adjusting our foot plates. So before we get started, first thing we do is we adjust these based off of our shoe size. And ideally, the bigger our feet are, the less pairs of holes we want showing. Ideally, we want to set our feet as low as comfortably possible. I'm 6'8" and I wear size 14s, so I go all the way down to the bottom notches. But go as low as you can. Sometimes you'll hear strap across the widest part of your shoe. It's still better if you can go lower than that to as low as comfortably possible. This brings our knees down and allows us to row with good form, while keeping our risk of lower back injury minimized. Once you've sat your feet as low as comfortably possible, the next thing we do for our setup, and the last thing we do, is make sure we are sitting correctly. We don't want to just sit on the rower, we want to try to sit forward on our sit bones. Think about untucking your lower back, and instead of sitting the middle of your butt on the center of the seat, try to sit the backs of your hamstrings on the center of the seat. This untucks our lower back and allows us to get a proper lean and swing with our rowing stroke without our lower back being rounded underneath us. So sit forward on the sit bones, and when you're ready, grab your handle as wide as you can. And we're gonna do what's called a pick drill warm-up. So start with me here with legs fully straightened, handle pulled in right below your chest, elbows out and back. We want nice flat wrists here in our torso, shoulders behind hips, at about an 11 o'clock layback angle. From here with me, just straighten your arms and pull. Straighten your arms and pull. And all we're doing here is just the arms part of the rowing sequence. Now, as your arms come out, try to keep your shoulders as relaxed as you can. So we don't want to be robotic and punch out like this. It's not a robot punch. Smooth, relaxed shoulders, pull in. Relaxed shoulders, pull in. Just keep your shoulders behind your hips. Get those arms all the way straight and check how you're gripping the handle. You want the handle at the base of your fingers, the very bottom. Not in the fingertips, because that can cause some strain to your finger tendons over time. So just at the bottom of your fingers without having a death grip. Hands kind of hooked over. Relax shoulders and pull. And we'll get ready here at the top of the minute to go arms and then body. So we'll use the arms and then move our torso, and we'll do that together. So join me here, follow along with me. Arms, torso, swing, pull. Arms, torso, swing, pull. We're trying to get our torso from that backwards 11 o'clock to forward 1 o'clock. Swing, pull, lean in, swing, pull. Try to keep your arms straight as you swing back first, and then pull the handle in. Body leans, swing, pull. You're gonna feel your hamstrings stretch out, and that's a good thing. If you're having problems leaning forward and getting your shoulders in front of your hips to 1 o'clock, well, you should probably stretch your hamstrings a little more. But we should all stretch more. Arms, lean, swing, arms. Now at the top of the next minute, we're gonna add in the legs, but we're gonna bend our legs as soon as the handle passes over our knees. So with me here, arms, bend the knees. Now push your legs, lean back, pull. Arms, cross the knees, and as soon as the handle passes, bend. While you're continuing your lean. Arms, lean, bend. And as we drive back, we're thinking push, swing, pull. The legs push, the body swings, the arm pulls. Legs push, body swings, arms pull. Legs come nice and flat. And we hold them down, handle passes, then bend. Push, swing, pull. Now to keep the same rhythm with me, the same stroke rates, we're all different heights. But as long as you can jump back with me. So jump with me. And as we jump, we're pushing, swinging, pulling. We're pushing, swinging, pulling. Nice, we're gonna do one more minute of this exact same thing. Arms, lean, legs. Arms, lean, legs. Excellent. Just do your best to try to sequence that out without being a robot. Try to relax your arms, past the knees, push, swing, pull. Arms, past the knees, bend, push, swing, pull. Good, hopefully we're starting to feel warmed up and ready here for the last few seconds here. Can you try to push back a little harder, a little more push, swing, pull. A little more push, swing, pull. Push, swing, pull, maybe a little harder now. With me, push back harder, but come up slow. Push back hard, come up slow. It's tough when you're new to separate those two, but do your best. Try to drive hard, come up slow. Nice job. Our last stroke, and we'll go ahead and set our handles down. All right, hopefully we're feeling a little more loosened up, a little more warmed up. If you're wondering about the resistance, depending on which rower you have, ideally, if you can just bring your resistance to somewhere in the middle, that's gonna work. I've deep dived into the resistance settings of rowers in some of my other videos, so check those out. But if you're not sure where to put it, bring that dial kind of somewhere towards the lower middle, and that'll work. Because most of the resistance that we make when we're rowing comes from us driving back harder or softer. And that's the workout we're doing today. 1 minute hard, 1 minute soft for 10 rounds. That's gonna bring us to 20 minutes total. We're gonna do 2 rounds of the minute hard, minute soft at 18 strokes per minute, 2 rounds at 20 strokes per minute, 2 rounds at 22, 2 rounds at 24, and then 2 rounds at 26 strokes per minute. So hard and easy. We're gonna be practicing keeping the same rhythm, but changing our intensity at the same rhythm. Might sound a little confusing now, but you're just gonna follow along and do your best. If you're on a Concept 2 with me, you can go ahead and hit the menu button, and we're gonna program this in. If you're not on a Concept 2, just set your rower to 0, and we'll start when we start. We'll hit Select Workout. We'll hit New Workout. We'll go single time, and we'll set it for 20 minutes. So use the minus to set the default 30 to 20, and then use that top arrow to scroll through down to change split length and set that down to 1 minute from the default 4 minutes. When we look at our results, that will show us each minute that we did at each stroke rate, and we can see how our results played out. Once you're good to go, hit the check mark button and you're all set. Let's get our feet back in. Now that we're nice and warm, we'll start things off with 1 minute light at 18 strokes per minute, into 1 minute hard at 18 strokes per minute, and we'll do that twice through. So, with me here, grab your handles nice and wide, thumbs underneath. We'll sit ready here at the catch position at the front here, body leaning forward, legs compressed, arms straight, and with me, we're gonna push, swing, pull in 3, 2, 1. Push, swing, pull lightly, and come up. Light with me. Push, swing, pull, arms, lean, bend. Nice, and you're just going to jump with me. You're just going to jump with me. Remember, we're all different heights, but if you jump back at the same time with me, you'll hit that 18 strokes per minute. And right now, we're going light. Letting that timer count down for this first minute light, and then we'll get into 1 minute hard. We'll keep the 18, but we'll just try to take harder strokes. So right now, take a look at what we call our pace per 500 meters. That number is showing you how fast your boat is moving and how long it's gonna take you to get 500 meters at your current intensity. Look where that's settling. And as we go harder, let's see if we can get that number to go down, to go faster. So with me on this one, let's go hard at 18. I want you to just jump back harder, but come up softer. Jump harder, come up with control. Hard jump. You can actually hear your rower be louder when you take harder strokes. And remember, the tricky part about this is being able to drive back hard, but come up with control. As a beginner, a lot of times people will jump back hard, but then rush back up. And so we got to use our brain to make sure we don't do that. So We drive hard and come up with control. Now take a look there at your pace per 500, sometimes called a split per 500. Notice how that number changed. Notice how it's lower, because now you're at a faster pace, just like you'd be at a faster mile pace if you ran faster. Let's go light on this one. Keep the 18, but let's go light intensity. Light intensity. Nice. Okay, so we're still keeping the same strokes per minute, but this should feel a lot easier now because we're not driving back with as much power. And this is teaching us one of our first important lessons as a beginner rower, and that is the stroke rate doesn't necessarily tell us how hard or easy anything is. It's all about the power we put behind the stroke rate. And right now that power is light. But in about 15 seconds, we're gonna go hard power at 18. So keep jumping with me. Take a look at where your pace per 500 meter is here. Let's get ready to make that better. And let's go on this one hard with me. Hard 18, hard 18. Control. Hard drive, control. Push hard, patience on the way up. Especially as a beginner, it's all about having patience on your return, giving yourself time to sequence out arms, lean, bend. Push, swing, pull, arms, lean, bend. Hard stroke, soft return. Hard stroke, soft return. Now next up, we're getting ready for 20 strokes per minute. So we're gonna build it up a bit. So we're simply gonna have to come up and down a little bit faster, because that's what our strokes per minute or our stroke rate tells us, how many strokes we're taking. So we're gonna take a few more strokes, but back to light intensity. So with me, let's go light and to 20. So with me, come up a little faster, soft drive. Up a little faster, soft drive. Nice and soft. Nice and soft. Cool, and so now we're adding in a little bit more rhythm. Physically taking more strokes. We're still going light, so this light rowing at 20 strokes per minute should actually feel easier than the hard strokes we were taking at 18. Doing our best to keep our same rhythm as far as our sequencing, arms, lean, bend, arms, lean, bend, arms, lean, bend. All right, we'll get ready here for our hard minute here at 20. So we'll keep the same rhythm, but we're gonna jump back harder, and we'll go on this one with me. Hard stroke, control it up. Hard stroke, control it up. Nice, hearing your machine get louder as you drive back with more oomph, creating the force yourself, creating the resistance yourself. Create the resistance. Create the force. Good stuff. Take a look at that pace per 500 meters. Is it sitting nice and low? What's a good split per 500 or a pace per 500? It just depends person to person. Bigger people can tend to row faster pace per 500s because there's just more power generated. But do what feels hard for you. These are supposed to just be hard strokes for you. And now let's go easy on this one. Easy at 20. Easy at 20. So backing off on our push power, a little bit more speed on the way up to make up for that so we can keep our 20 stroke per minute rhythm. Are you getting sweaty yet? Because I'm feeling the sweat. But hopefully you're proud of yourself right now. I know it's a lot of info to take in. It's a lot to think about. The best thing you can do for yourself is repeat this kind of workout to reinforce the knowledge. Because just like any skill in life, learning an instrument, learning woodworking, learning to drive, like it's all stuff that takes practice. So don't be frustrated if it's not all clicking right now, or if it doesn't feel great. It will. Just stay cool, man, keep trying. Hey, guess what? It's time to go hard at 20. So we'll go on this one with me. Hard at 20. Control. Go hard. Slow. Go hard. Have the patience, arms over your legs before they bend. Remember, arms relax over, bend. Arms relax over, bend. There we go. Check your grip on your handle. No death gripping. Reach those arms in. Rowing is the third tallest sport in the world, right below basketball and volleyball. So you gotta row tall, AKA long, no matter how tall or short you are. Lean, push, swing, pull. Hard strokes. This should be getting your heart rate up. This should be causing you to break a sweat. I know I'm talking, that's because I'm coaching you. We're going to 22 next. All right, on this one with me, 22 but light. Light 22. Up and go. Up and go. Nice. Light and easy here at 22. So you can feel almost how the light strokes feel a little rushed. Like you have to return up pretty quick to stay on rhythm. And this refers to what we call ratio in rowing, which is the speed of your drive back and the speed of your return up. And when we're going light, because we're not driving back very fast or very hard, the ratio is a little bit more bouncy, a little more 1-to-1. Whereas when we go hard, we drive back faster, we can come up slower, so it's a better ratio. Let's play around with that a bit, and let's go hard at 22 right here with me. Hard at 22. Up, drive hard. Up, drive hard. Do you feel how it's a little bit more, you have a little more time to come up? It's because you're driving back harder. So there's room to come up slower to keep the same 22 strokes per minute. Once again, these concepts are going in one ear, out the other right now. I don't blame you. This stuff's not easy. And I've been rowing for 12 years. Had lots of time to think about this stuff. And so especially if you're brand new, hey, you're doing a great job. Just keep showing up. Let's keep going. These hard strokes should feel hard and tough. Good, and we're getting ready to go back to the light strokes. That's gonna feel great. All right, with me, light. Light 22. Still keep the 22 with me. Come up and jump. Feel that ratio change. All right, feels a little more rushed now because we're not driving back as fast. This is gonna get increasingly harder to keep good form and sequencing as we continue to bump up the stroke rate. And that's when we're gonna learn another important beginner skill, and that is how much you should bend your legs. And the rule is, you try to get as much bend as you can while keeping your lean forward and while keeping the stroke rate. If you can't keep your lean forward, you're bending your legs too much. And if you can't keep the stroke rate, you're bending your legs too much. We'll practice that more when we get to 24. But for now, light and easy here. And let's go ahead and get ready for some hard rowing at 22 on this one. Hard rowing at 22 with me. Drive hard. Drive hard. Drive hard. Good stuff. Nice, nice and steady. By the way, if you're enjoying this workout, I have hundreds of follow-along workouts just like this, built out into 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12-week programs on my app, Just Row. for just the same kind of coaching like this. No matter what your rower is, progressing week to week so you can get better and better, learn and understand the numbers, the metrics, and practice those fundamental skills that are gonna get you in shape on the rower. So check that out afterwards if you're interested. And let's go 24 light on this one. With me, light 24. And what I want you to do here is try to keep your heels down. So really make sure you're leaning in. Lean, lean, lean. Reach those arms. If you really get a good lean in, it will help you keep your heels down. Most people will lift their heels if their torso is too vertical like this. So lean in. And if you keep your heels down, it's gonna make this 24 a lot more sustainable while we're going light. Jump with me. Keep it light and airy. Ooh, I know that heart rate's high though. We're well over halfway, so rejoice with that. But we got a lot of work to do still. So when we go hard at 24, you can either keep working on heels planted, or you can get a little more length with a little more power. On this one, let's see it, 24. Hard with me, hard with me. Big push hard. Take a look at that pace. Are you seeing your best pace per 500 yet? When we go hard with a high stroke rate, that's when we tend to see our best pace per 500s. Nice, and again, if this is getting you really out of breath, like you couldn't talk, you're doing it right. I have to restrain myself so I can keep giving you the pointers. So just know if you're wondering, Austin, how are you talking? It's because I'm coaching and you're going extra hard. Let's keep this up. Keep this up. Get ready to go light. And we'll go light on this next stroke with me here, light. Heels down. 24, lean. Heels down, good. Now, one thing I'd like you to think about here, when we shorten up our strokes a bit like this, without bending our legs as much, keep your handle lifted vertically. Look at where the handle feeds out of your rower. It doesn't feed out down here. And we don't want that chain flopping or snapping around. Feed the machine. Feed the machine. Good stuff. Coming into the last 5 minutes. You hanging in there? Woo! Who knew we could get so much good work done in just 20 minutes, huh? All right, one more round of hard 24, and then we're on to 26, baby. 26, let's hit it, let's go. Oh, sorry, 24, not 26. My bad. Don't get ahead of yourself. Oh, speaking of getting ahead of myself, I'm pretty sure when I was explaining the workout, I didn't mention the 28 that we're encountering for the last 2 minutes. That might have been a miscalculation, but are we gonna shy away and quit? I don't think so. We're too committed at this point. Keep those hard drives with me. Try to push before you lean back. Push back, then lean back. Push back, then lean back. Push, then lean. Push, then lean. Push, swing, pull. Push, swing, pull. Let's get ready for 26 light. Get ready. 26 light on this one. Heels planted. Go. Heels planted. Good. Lots of lean in. Lots of reach with those arms. Don't think proud chest. Just don't let your torso collapse, but let your shoulders round forward. Let them round forward. So you can start to feel how inefficient this 26 is feeling, because now we've actually learned how to row with efficiency through our hard intervals. But now you can see why when you go to the gym and you watch people use the rower and they're just bouncing around back and forth, not seeing results, it's because they're kind of just bouncing around. But we're practicing putting forth the effort. Oh no, we are gonna be ending at 26, not 28. We're good. Let's go, 26 hard. I'm all over with my math, man. I studied math and science in school. I should know this stuff. And I made the workout. But I misspoke. We're not going to 28 today. Maybe next week. But for now, let's jam this 26 hard. Jam it. Jam with it. Jam with it. Look at that pace per 500. Is it your best yet? Are you gassing out a little bit? It's okay, just keep fighting. Do your best, do your best. Nice. Last few seconds here, try to drive legs, then swing. Legs, then swing. Legs, then swing. Okay, last time light on this one, light. A light 26. Do your best. Do your best. Final 2 minutes here. We're almost there. Heels planted, lean swing. While this might feel a little out of control for you right now, this is your first time. This is the outside of your comfort zone that I want you in right now, because this is the catalyst for getting better. Right here, right now. Stay focused, do your best. Arms, lean, legs, push, swing, pull. Arms, lean, legs, push, swing, pull. Just keep going. Just keep going light. Keep going light. And this last minute, I want you to give it your best. Make sure you jump with me, and let's end this thing with a bang together. Here we go on this one, hard 26. Hard. Hard with me. Hard with me. Hard drive. Nice, let your machine roar. Let that rower roar. Drive, swing, pull. Push, swing, pull. For the last 10, we're gonna take it as a power 10 together to end it. With me, power 10 on this one. Last 10 of the day. 1, push. 2, hard. 3, surprise yourself. 4, 5, 6, 7, get it through. 8, get it through. 9, last stroke. 10, good job. Oh, light rowing with me right here, right now. Light and easy. Ooh. I know you're probably breathing really hard right now. Your body's freaking out, but try to relax your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Breathe out your mouth, get all that hot air out. And just move lightly with a fairly composed rowing stroke. It doesn't need to be perfect here. Just keep your body moving though. The last thing your body needs is to sit still after a really hard workout. Holy smokes. You freaking did it, man. You did it. Oh, we're gonna get in depth in the results here, but first we're just gonna keep cooling down together, and we're gonna review kind of our current summary screen, where it is right now. So take a look there at your meters, total distance you went. Just kind of see where that is. Maybe after today you can write that down, save it for next time, and maybe next time you do this, you can try to beat it. Or how about your average split per 500? You can see your instantaneous there, but also your average. That takes into account all of the light and hard intervals all together. Not as important because, especially with the light rowing, there's a lot of variableness to that. We'll take a look specifically at the hard intervals here in just a little bit. Ooh. But just keep on keeping light here. This is so good for you. We're gonna take 5 more strokes together, just nice, light, easy. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. Go ahead and set your handles down here. Let's get ourselves into just a little stretch here to finish things off. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Push your knee down, and if you can, try to let your torso lean into your legs here. You should feel a nice stretch in your outer hip on this bent leg. Whew. That was a lot today. That was not easy, and that was a lot of information. So kudos to you for making it through the end. Let's go ahead and switch legs here. Cross your other ankle over the thigh, push the knee down, and try to lean over that leg if you can. So where do you go from here? Well, this is a great workout to repeat. This type of format is an excellent way to practice so many of our rowing fundamentals, from just the form sequencing, being able to distinguish between hard strokes and light strokes, and working with a variety of stroke rates, both slower and a little faster too. So, and it's a nice confidence builder too as you build up the rates and build up your power. It takes some practice to get all those transitions right, but that's why it's such a good one to repeat. Going to come out of that, let's get our hamstrings stretched here. Just set them in your foot plates with your legs straight. Try to just hinge forward. You can rest your arms here on your thighs. If you're more flexible, you can reach down to your ankles or reach for your toes here, or hands on the ground. It's up to you. This is going to feel good for your lower back, for your hamstrings, both of which take quite a toll from rowing. So you want to make sure you avoid lower back injuries by taking some time to stretch it all out back there. Ooh, and as deep and steady of breathing as you can here. Remember, breathing out through your mouth helps to release all the heat that we've generated inside of our bodies. So don't be afraid to mouth breathe. It's okay. It's a safe space. Nice, and come out of that. All right, if you've got a concept too, you want to stick around to analyze the results a little farther, we can take a look at those here. But if you're heading off right now, thanks so much for following along for the row. Check out Just Row for more workouts, and subscribe to the channel too for more rowing technique and deep dives into everything rowing related, tall fitness related, and a lot more from me. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. If you go to the menu button and you hit the memory, and then from there hit list by date, it'll bring our current row to the top of the list. And from there you can just press the magnifying glass, and that's gonna break down for you your results screen. And when you look at the results screen, if we look on the left side, that shows us each of our time intervals that we set for the split length. 1 minute, so it shows you every minute what you did and how many meters you got at that minute, what your average pace per 500 was at that minute, and what your average stroke rate was for that minute. So because we did 2 rounds at each stroke rate, minutes 1, 2, 3, and 4, the strokes per minute, if you did it right, should show 18. And from there, if you look at the pace per 500, you can see the light minute, the hard minute, the light minute, the hard minute. And hopefully the pace per 500 for the hard minutes is a lower number, AKA a faster number, than for the light minutes that we did. Then you can use the arrow keys in the middle there, the thick arrow keys, to scroll down for minutes 5, 6, 7, and 8, where you can see what we did for about 20 strokes per minute, and the light, hard, pace per 500s. And then you can scroll down for minutes 9 through 12 to look at the 22 stroke per minute rate we did. Same for minutes 13 through 16, where we can see the 24 strokes per minute, and then minutes 17 through 20 with 26 strokes per minute. So whether you got all of your stroke rates nice and neatly organized throughout, or they're a little off, that's the beauty of rowing. We can always come back and try again. So this is great to save, whether you have it on a Concept 2 or if you just are writing it down in a notebook. Save these numbers so that way you can review them, and next time you do it, you have a more tangible goal to approach for next time, so that way you can just keep getting better and better week to week. But thanks so much, and I hope you enjoyed the workout. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next workout.